use the bathroom, guy. If you give us a second, we'll take you to the station. You will use the bathroom, okay? We'll take it quick. Is that fair? Yeah. All right. Deal with this officer from your rear. All right.
Damn, what?
Of the law, the right decision was made. It's just that it's a damn shame that he gets to lean on the letter of the law. And the state of Nevada and the parole committee had to lean on the letter of the law because he's somebody that I believe doesn't only deserve to be in jail, he deserved to be under the jail.
Tank is done. Tank is hung him up, shoes off, get the bag, put a plaque up, he done. Tank is done.
When you say done, you mean like not fighting anymore?
Tank is checked out mentally. Tank is gone mentally. Tank looking for the big bag, of Jake Paul, Pacquiao, something solar, and he's looking to, hey, I'll see you later. Tank is standing. He's not gonna fight Shakur Stevenson at all. At all. I don't care how much money Turkey offered, give him for.
When word came that Gervonta "Tank" Davis's showdown with Jake Paul had been called off, the boxing world came to a sudden standstill. This wasn't some minor postponement or a hiccup in negotiations, it was far more serious. Just days before the fight, a civil lawsuit surfaced, accusing Davis of domestic violence, kidnapping, and assault. Almost immediately, Jake Paul's team and Netflix pulled the plug on all plans. What was billed as one of the most electrifying crossover fights of the decade, boxing's notorious bad boy, facing off against a YouTube sensation, has now spiraled into turmoil. Tank's future in the ring could be hanging by a thread. Here's the full story: what led to the cancellation, what these allegations imply, and whether this marks a potential turning point in Gervonta Davis's career.
Money you got, you know how hard it is getting out that bed to go run early in the morning in gym for hours, and you know you looking at 20 million easy. You own all this real estate, you rich. You don't have to do this ever again. Then the compounding interest, like let's say 20 million in the bank. He get 5% off of that, so he probably making 500,000 in interest. He's not even spending his money. So it's like, hell yeah, he out of here.
Everything fell apart just a fortnight before fight night. Gervonta Davis was fully immersed in training for what was set to be a historic Netflix event, Jake Paul versus Tank Davis in Miami. Then the bombshell lawsuit emerged. Court documents from Miami-Dade revealed that Davis's ex-girlfriend, Courtney Russell, accused him of battery, aggravated assault, kidnapping, and false imprisonment. She alleges that Davis attacked her at her workplace, a Miami nightclub, and insists it wasn't an isolated incident. The lawsuit points to at least 4 previous episodes of assault and choking. Russell is pursuing both compensatory and punitive damages and reports she is undergoing treatment for PTSD stemming from the alleged abuse.
Another domestic abuse allegation against Gervonta Davis, and that may either destroy, postpone, change the entire event. There's been a lot of allegations against Tank. When things like this happen over and over, I think this is his 4th or maybe 5th allegation of domestic abuse, you kind of start to have to look at the person that's being accused of such and go, why do you keep ending up in these situations? And the way it's described, we've even seen Tank do some of the things already on camera. I don't think that's something that Netflix is wanting to be a part of at that point. I don't know if Jake wants to be involved with somebody like that, which is why they're starting to look for potential.
The announcement sent shockwaves through Jake Paul's team. Most Valuable Promotions, his company, released a statement saying they were assessing the situation, but behind closed doors, the decision came fast. In less than 48 hours, the fight was officially scrapped. While we will not be moving forward with this event, our plan still remains for Jake Paul to headline an event on Netflix in 2025, the statement declared. Essentially, Davis was cut loose almost instantly. If this were his first brush with legal trouble, there might have been hesitation, but it wasn't. Over the past few years, Davis's offering controversies have come close to matching the intensity of his in-ring achievements.
Boxer Gervonta "Tank" Davis out of jail tonight. The famous South Florida fighter bonded out less than an hour ago.
Now he's accused of assaulting his ex-girlfriend in front of their children. CBS News Miami's Trish Christakis is live at the jail in West Miami-Dade with details on the...
Davis has a history of domestic violence allegations. A viral video once surfaced showing him grabbing the mother of his child by the neck at a charity event. In 2022, he faced comparable accusations and was arrested again, although that case was eventually dropped.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Davis also faced legal trouble with a hit-and-run in Baltimore that left 4 people injured. For this, he was sentenced to 90 days of house arrest and 3 years of probation. The incident fueled worries that Tank was struggling to maintain control, and he even spent time in jail after breaching the conditions of his house arrest.
He got arrested. I mean, any thoughts on that one?
You did, huh? Again?
Yeah, again.
You know, I mean, hey, look, I actually like Tank Davis. He's a good, he's a good kid. He's a good fighter, a great fighter, actually. He's one of my favorites. Yeah, just get your... That's it, basically. Just say, you don't hit women, man. Yeah!
Now, in 2025, this fresh lawsuit has thrown an even deeper cloud over Davis, putting the remnants of his reputation at serious risk. Once the allegations went public, the fallout was instant. Jake Paul's promoter, Nikki Sabidarian, issued a statement declaring that MVP stands firmly against any form of violence and will be severing all connections with Davis.
Officially canceling the fight, saying Most Valuable Promotions immediately initiated an investigation. No, I had the wrong one. Okay, I'm reading this one. Most Valuable Promotions and Netflix have announced that Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis, the one I was reading was the one from late last week, originally scheduled for Friday, November 14th at the Kaseya Center in Miami, Florida, will no longer be moving forward. Quote, our team has worked closely with all parties to navigate this situation responsibly, said Nikki Sabidarian, CEO of MVP. While we will not be moving forward with this event, our plan remains for Jake Paul to headline an event on Netflix in 2025. And that is what I'm hearing as well. They want him to fight in December. That is the hope. And they're actively looking for a opponent. More on that in a moment. Details regarding a new date, location, Jake's opponent, and additional bouts will be shared as soon as they are finalized. We thank Netflix, Kaseya Center, Seminole Hard Rock and Hotel and Casino for their partnership.
Sponsors started to quietly distance themselves as well. Netflix pulled all the promotional teasers it had created, while Showtime, a previous collaborator of Tank's, went entirely silent.
Pulled up to Tootsie's and up a girl, dragged her through the parking lot, and in the face, and it's like, bro.
Okay.
Like,
wait, but how do you know that happened?
It's a lawsuit. Miami-Dade is coming. There's video, like everything, bro. He did this public. Like, you have to understand, this guy was so...
The November 14th Miami event, which was slated to be Netflix's next big spectacle following Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, has been completely canceled. Tank didn't just miss out on a fight, he lost a massive payday. Reports indicate the purse exceeded $20 million, with Davis slated for an 8-figure payout. Now, all of that is gone.
The Jake Paul Tank Davis fight has officially been canceled. It is off. It is not happening on November 14th. It is not happening in 9 days' time in Miami on Netflix, and I don't think it's ever happening. So if you weren't a fan of this fight, I think you got your wish.
While Gervonta Tank Davis's future hangs in the balance, Jake Paul's camp is already pressing forward. Sources indicate that MVP is planning a fresh Netflix event for December, with potential opponents rumored to include Ryan Garcia, Nate Diaz, Andre Ward, Terrence Crawford, and Francis Ngannou.
Pick up the phone, champ. I've been calling you. Pick up. Let's make the fight happen. Pick up the phone, man. Stop playing.
Jake has always had a keen eye for business, adept at turning controversy into headlines. This time, however, he's choosing to step back. We stand against violence. The show will go on, but not with Gervonta Davis, a Netflix spokesperson stated. Those words carry serious weight. When a major player like Netflix publicly distances itself, the consequences go far beyond lost earnings. It hits your reputation hard.
I was training for something like this. Obviously, smaller guy. How was this in the training aspect, Jake?
Yeah, just a lot of punching down, practicing, hitting below my knees, and a lot of speed. We're sparring.
That's what we need.
We're sparring.
Warm up.
Some 8-year-olds. I got the 8-year-olds in there.
If I find out anything, I'm gonna beat your ass and I'm gonna beat Jaden Love ass. On my mama, I'm gonna beat both of y'all ass. On my mama. And he laughing. You know, he laughing.
What are you talking about?
What
does he have to do with this?
Let anything. You know what I'm talking about. Let anything. Nah, I don't have to say it right now. Don't worry about it. I don't gotta say it up here. Let anything happen. And I'm gonna show you and him.
It's remarkable how fast everything unraveled. Only a few months ago, Gervonta "Tank" Davis was being hailed as boxing's next superstar. Despite a contentious bout with Lamont Roach, his raw power, market appeal, and ties to Floyd Mayweather made him appear untouchable.
Can you describe what the feeling was like in the ring? And was it to get the towel out, to get the burn out of your eyes, or what was going on? And
I didn't want to get caught. While my eyes was burning, and you can get knocked out like that. So I'd rather take the knee than But I didn't really know that you can get disqualified for all that, or when you start counting, I'm like, what the hell? But I don't know. It's cool.
He had all the ingredients for mainstream stardom: crossover appeal, ties to hip-hop, celebrity fans, lucrative endorsements, and viral social media presence. He was the poster boy for boxing's new era. But now, this might be the blow from which he can't recover. This isn't about losing a fight in the ring. It's about being cast aside by an entire industry. What worries fans and insiders most is that this goes beyond a PR disaster. It has the potential to become a criminal matter. While the civil lawsuit seeks financial compensation, the allegations themselves, aggravated assault, kidnapping, and intentional infliction of emotional distress, could spark criminal charges, carrying serious prison time if proven. Because the alleged events took place in Florida, a state known for strict domestic violence laws, Tank's legal team is on high alert. So far, neither Davis nor his attorneys have made a statement. His social media accounts are completely quiet. No training footage, interviews, or comments. For someone whose brand was built on intensity and aggression, this silence speaks volumes. The boxing community's response has been swift and split, leaving fans and insiders on edge.
Hey, you heard it here first. Hit the thumbs up on the video. Make sure you share the video. The fight is off as we know it right now. Stay tuned for more.
Some fighters express sadness, saying Tank needs help. Others, like Ryan Garcia, didn't hold back.
I don't know if it's just because I'm getting older now, but I feel like Gervonta is a hell of a fighter, but he needs to get his mental together. When I hear some of his interviews and I see some of the stuff that he's saying, I can just tell that he's not in love with the sport no more. I can tell that he didn't get his just due. I mean, it was crazy to hear that he said he got evicted out of a house.
Some fighters voiced sympathy, suggesting that Tank is in need of support and guidance. Others, however, including Ryan Garcia, were far less restrained in their criticism.
We can do that. What we cannot do is debate who's the most exciting fighter, who's the biggest box office attraction in boxing. That would happen to be Gervonta Davis. We just got to accept it. I think that Frank Martin is a talented fighter. He'll make some things happen down the line in the future, but we'll never look at him the same after that destruction. Not to say that we won't respect him, but we'll never look at him the same because he got destroyed by Gervonta Davis. And that's no shame, that's no slouch, but damn, still in all, if you get destroyed, you get destroyed. Gervonta Davis is the #1 box office attraction. Who I want to see him against next is Shakur Stevenson. I don't want to see him against Devin Haney because Devin Haney has proven to me that he's not a good punch taker. I want to see Gervonta Davis in the ring with somebody perceived as having enough power to put him on the canvas too.
Some fighters expressed worry, emphasizing that Tank may need help, while others, including Ryan Garcia, were blunt and openly critical. Gervonta "Tank" Davis began 2025 with an impressive record of 30-1 and 28 knockouts, widely anticipated to become the face of the lightweight division, a rare, once-in-a-generation puncher with explosiveness reminiscent of Mayweather. But over time, Tank's fiercest opponent hasn't been someone across the ring, it's been himself. Court appearances, suspensions, and constant public controversies have made his career more stop-and-go than any champion should endure. This time, a comeback might not be enough, because when you're battling both the legal system and public opinion, dominating in the ring alone won't secure victory.
Gervonta Davis, what's your thoughts on that? Just overall, do you feel like Gervonta Davis is more checked out than being checked in boxing right now?
Sentí que Gervonta Davis está más desenganchado del boxeo que enganchado con el boxeo, considerando lo que aceptó con Jake Paul.
Sí, totalmente.
So, what's next for Tank? His path forward now hinges on 3 key factors. First, the lawsuit's outcome, which could result in his boxing license being suspended indefinitely. Second, public redemption. He'll need to restore trust if he hopes to step back into the ring. And third, the politics of promotion, since most top promoters avoid fighters currently entangled in active legal battles.
Don't do it. You know what I'm saying? You support it, then what you doing? You can't not support and support at the same time, right? So if you're a boxing purist, then this fight with Roach is really more for you. It's going to be more up your alley, you know? If you just like all entertainment, all fights, all hypes, all everything, then you're going to want to tune in to the Tank and Paul show there, you know, because that's all for entertainment. What does it say? For entertainment purposes only, right? It's just say like somewhere in the small print of the promotion. For entertainment, don't do this at home, kids. You know, so fine.
Disclaimer.
Yeah, disclaimer. For entertainment purposes only, you know. So, you know, it's money-making purposes only. You know, it is what it is.
This scenario brings up a long-standing debate in boxing. Just how much misconduct can the sport tolerate for the sake of talent? From Mike Tyson's legal troubles to Floyd Mayweather's domestic violence allegations, boxing has often shielded its biggest stars. But with streaming giants like Netflix entering the mix, the landscape is shifting. Netflix doesn't rely on Tank Davis. They have Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, and Terrence Crawford. They don't crave controversy. They want ratings and brand safety. For the first time in Tank's career, there may be no one left to pull him out of the fire.
The sport, I think, and I get it, like I was very open and honest with my last fight and the things around it. Tried not to be before because I didn't want anyone to, you know, not be excited for what was a good fight on paper, definitely. But when you kind of lose that love for the craft and the discipline, and getting in the ring don't mean as much as it did when you was growing up and on the way up. I've kind of seen that in Tank. Now, he had a hard fight against Lamont Roach Jr. and that might have been a part of it. Like, wow, man, this is getting hard against fighters that I think I'm levels above, and turned out on the night that I wasn't. And not only that, with prize fighters, I hope for the little people of the world, I hope Jake Paul gets absolutely starched.
But it's tragic because inside the ring, Tank was phenomenal. His lightning-fast speed, precise timing, and devastating one-punch power reminded fans that boxing still held moments of pure magic. Outside the ropes, however, he couldn't outrun his personal struggles. Now, his career is in limbo, fights on hold, legal battles mounting, and his public image in tatters. Even before any verdict, the consequences are already taking their toll.